All right, welcome back to another episode of In Touch with Steve Cherundolo. I'm Vince. There is the man, Steve Cherundolo. Steve, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
All right, we're gonna talk. I actually have had people who said, you never asked Steve how he is. So that's why I made a point of asking you how you were. And he's good, everybody, okay? He's hanging out with me. Let's talk a little bit about how good you guys were on Friday. 2-1 win over the Seattle Sounders. In your press conference, and I think we all saw this, we witnessed at the game, first half, fire. A lot of things going on. Second half fizzled a little bit. What did you see that kind of contributed to the way the second half kind of played out?
Well, I think both teams respected each other very much, and that's what you saw in the first 15 minutes. Maybe a little too cautious from us in the first 15 minutes, and then the boys fouled themselves after Sounders scored the goal. It was an excellent 30 minutes after that. I would say the best we've seen all season from this group. Quality-wise, pace-wise, tempo-wise, it was all there. And I think what happened was just a natural lack of energy. I think we just ran out of gas, both teams. Both teams put a lot into that first half. For us, because we wanted to win the game, and for Seattle, they had to keep up. And I think both teams just kind of ran out of gas in the second half.
I know how to handle it. I believe in what we can do.
One of the catalysts into that 30-minute window where you guys were playing, with speed, with intention, was Mahala. He obviously scores the goal. We know he can shoot, but I thought in that match that was actually a more complete match for him, just in a lot of the things that you ask of your wingers. Can you share what you thought he did well in that match, aside from having an excellent left foot, and then what you kind of still want to add to his game?
Yeah, the finishing is a product of training. He and our attacking coach Ante do a lot of work, and it's constant detail work with Mahala. He's still a very young player. He has some great older players in this team who are wonderful examples that he can learn from. But you still have to put in the work, and he's been doing that over the past couple of weeks. And then tactically, it all starts with his positioning. We're working a lot with his positioning, so proper positioning ahead of time will save you a lot of grief and work when the ball gets into your area. And we've really been hammering that home for him for a while, and he's reaping the benefits now, as the team is as well.
To Poku, just outside of the area. Poku, left foot shot, goal! Mahala drills it from 22, it's 1-1!
I know how to handle it. So could you tell me what you got to lose, yeah?
Well, we're going to stick with Mahala because he gave us our theme for this week. To celebrate his goal, he did the Wakanda salute. That's from Black Panther. So it got me thinking, let's talk about some superheroes. And you've been so good at pairing coffees with players or making a band with LAFC players. Let's do LAFC superheroes.
Okay.
But before we get started, are you a comic book guy at all in your youth? Did you collect any comic books?
No, I'm a big Marvel fan, so.
Are you? What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite Marvel movie from the?
Honestly, I love them all.
Love them all.
I could just sit there and watch those all day long.
Okay, last one you saw?
Marvel Marathon for sure.
Marvel Marathon?
Yeah.
What was the last one you saw?
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, at home on the old Disney Plus?
Yes.
Yeah, I figured. You're a man that doesn't have a lot of time.
No.
But we have you for just a little bit longer. So I'm going to go through a list of superheroes that I have picked with my producer, my crack staff.
All right.
And you are going to pair them with LAFC players. We're going to start off with, and this guy is my favorite, Spider-Man. Just been my favorite since a kid. I think maybe because he's a little snarky. He's strong, agility. There's a lot of things to like about Spider-Man, but where are you going with him in this LAFC team?
Got him. That's Diego Palacios. He is incredibly agile and strong. And I've had the opportunity of being in a 50-50 challenge with him. Mm-hmm. His arms are going, his legs are going, he's everywhere. He knows exactly what he's doing. Mm-hmm. And so that's my Spider-Man.
So this is why we go to Steve, because mine would have been a superficial answer. Carlos Vela, when he scored some goals, has done the Spider-Man celebration, I think, for his family. And so I would have gone there, just very superficial. But there's a method to his madness.
Yes.
Hulk, a man known for his physicality. There's no players on the field that are green with ripped pants, but what do you got for Hulk?
Very easy. Murillo. Saw it yesterday in training. I think Brian Rodriguez had a challenge with him, and I said, Brian, what are you doing? Push back. He said, I can't. He's too strong. Mm-hmm. And he truly is. He is a physical specimen. He's fast. He's strong. And on top of that, he is a fantastic player and gentleman. So he is our Hulk.
I was gonna say, I think he fits also the alter ego Bruce Banner, because it's like, Please don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry, but he's such a nice guy.
He is. We should just start calling him Hulk. Thank you for that.
There you go. There you go. This is what the show's for. Flash, obviously known for one very important thing that is also important on the soccer field: speed. You got a few burners out there. So who are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm gonna go with Sebastian Villaga, who is, I think, the fastest player on our team.
Interesting. This is based off of the metrics and the data, right?
Real numbers. So that is not my subjective opinion. That is based off of our sprint numbers. And I think Seb posted his personal best, but team best this season.
Okay. Seb is a flash. I would love if all these guys end up going by these nicknames that we've given them now. Superman. Kind of a do-all type guy. I mean, there's not really a superpower that he doesn't have. So where are you going with Superman?
Ooh. See, I didn't get a name that just popped into my head. There's a few candidates.
Yeah.
2 names popped up. I'm gonna go with Cifuentes. But it's an incomplete Superman. Maybe it's a Superman still in his teenager years.
Right? When he's just learning to fly but falling sometimes?
So he has incredible ability, but there's still a few areas where he needs to be polished and to grow up a little bit and to mature. And so that would be my teenage Superman.
Great head coach, using the lens and the microphone to still send a message. I love it. Let's go with Wolverine.
Ooh.
Wolverine's a fun character, a lot of people's favorites. He's an interesting character because he's a little spicy personality. I think the biggest attribute that he might have for football, though, is his healing ability. Availability is one of the best abilities to have, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know where would you want to go with it, with Wolverine?
If I'm going off of his long and incredible career, I'm sure the healing properties are there. So we're going with Giorgio. Giorgio's our new Wolverine.
I love it. We need to get Giorgio in, like, just have him read a scene from like Wolverine or Logan or something. I would love to see that.
You can do that.
I'll do that. I'll ask him. Hey, he's a nice guy. I'm sure he'll probably humor me. Iron Man.
So it's a player like Iron Man is, who's brave, who is smart, has all the tricks.
Is he a little snarky too, like Tony Stark?
But is a little snarky as well, and can be. I wouldn't say isn't, because he's also a pleasant guy. I'm gonna go with Kellen Acosta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's our Iron Man.
Yeah, I can see that. He's got some style, some personal style too that he really exhibits.
Exactly.
But he's incredibly talented, smart. I like it. Okay. Final one, Batman.
Batman. One of my favorite characters, I admit. Love the Batman movies. I'm gonna go with Chicho.
Why?
Because Chicho you may not see for 89 minutes, and then all of a sudden he's there, kind of like, at night you don't see him, but he's there when it counts.
The most important moments.
The most important
arrives.
moments he is there to save Gotham City.
I like where this is why we do this with you. You're very good at it. You're not quite off the hook yet though.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you for a very personal one. When you were a player,
Yeah.
what superhero would you have compared yourself to as a player? Where do your abilities lie?
Oh, wow, that's a tough one. Yeah, I said it earlier. I think most people probably say I'm like Ant-Man because of my height, but
incredibly strong. You got the strength of
it's
20
amazing.
men.
Yeah, it's amazing. And he's bright too.
Yeah.
Ant-Man. So I don't know. You got me stumped. That'd be a question for others.
Okay, well, how about we throw this out to you guys? Steve Cherundolo in the comments, what superhero from his playing days, what superhero would you compare him to from his playing days? He's done a great job of giving us a list of superheroes from the LAFC squad, so this is your chance to hear what you have to say. This has been another In Touch with Steve Cherundolo, and we'll see you guys next week.